Hello, yes, it's Joe here for Joyrider TV, live from the Wildwind winter boat parking facility in Vasiliki. The boat parking facility is here. I think it's good to know where you are. The boat parking facility is here, and then if we, maybe I'll just flip this round, and there we can see the sea. Amstel time, yeah, you're not wrong. I love Amstel. It is the flavour. Where's the finger? The finger is there. So we're looking for Wildwind, which is about there on the beach. So that is where we are. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. So as you may be aware, the objective here, as well as a bit of light chat, is also to assemble a Hobie 16. I've got some parts out. We're just going to do the early stages of the assembly here today, and then either in a couple of days or next week we'll go on to the next stage. I think in a couple of days sounds good. Then we'll go on to the next stage. So for today, what I had in mind was putting the beams together on the hulls and getting that done. And I think these days that constitutes a day's work. So I wouldn't want to do any more than that, because you know, that's just pushing it a bit, and the trade union might get involved, saying, sorry, you're gonna have to calm down a bit, you're doing too much in one day. So there we are. I think I might just give it a few minutes before I begin, as the spectators are rocking up even as we speak. Nice to have you all here with me this afternoon. Hi Bernardo, nice to have you here, and welcome on board. Good to have you on board. Just while we're waiting, I'll just give you a quick tour of the Wildwind winter boat parking facility as it is now. I've got a load of beams. When is sailing season starting in Greece? Well, who knows? That is the golden question. Usually, in a normal year, any day now. Hi Joe, how's the situation? Hey guys, hi Vim, and hi Daniel. Yeah, the situation here, greetings from Austria. Oh yeah, that Dart 18, yes, of course. The Dart 18, which was really nicely airbrushed in Show Us Your Cat maybe about 15 episodes ago. Hi Tim, nice to have Florida here, and Panama City. Florida is obviously tuning in just now. Anyone else from Florida who's watching at the moment, say hi if you're there, or anyone else from the USA or from anywhere else in the world, just say hi. Let me know that you've arrived. Andrew, last time I checked, ranked 12th. Nice. Lake Michigan. Hey, nice. Hi Steve. Hi Mark. Rob. Hey, Rob from South Africa, love it. Scotland, okay then you. Jimmy. Hello from Spain. Yeah, so the situation here at the moment is we're allowed out, but not allowed out. Mr. Silver. Worthing, nice choice. Daniel in the Netherlands. Gregor in Munich. Sherrod's in, that'd be Lorraine in Brighton. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, so the situation here is John in Idaho, nice. Vim in Belgium. No sailing here. Yeah, so no sailing here either. Houston, Texas. Hitchin. Ollie. Of course. I didn't know you were from Hitchin, did I? I probably did. Drew. I'll be sailing. Broke your rudder cam. Oh, so you're allowed out, Drew, I take it. Oh, from Croatia. Nice. So we're really spreading our Joyrider global wings here this afternoon. Yeah, so we're not allowed to go out sailing. Yesterday there was an official announcement saying we're not allowed to partake. Oh, hi Dom. No way, it's been a long time. So Dominic, who's just tuned in, You may have seen him in a video, which was the first one, which was really, in fact, I think it's one of the most popular ones. Just stay away from people. Yeah, I think it's good for everyone to stay away from people generally. Yeah, Don was in one of the first onboard Hobie 16 videos, the one where I think I said the beam of dry ankles. That was the quote from that one, and we hit something like 23.5 knots. We're in lockdown, closed boat ramps. Oh man. But if you have your boat on the water. Hi Marco in Italy, nice to have you on board. Adrenaline is my addiction. New video, wind skate. Ooh. Check it out. Adrenaline is the new addiction. Check it out there. Good thing we don't need ramps, just beaches. Yeah, so we're not actually allowed out on the water at all now here in Greece. You're not even allowed to go fishing, and yet less you're a commercial fisherman. So if you're thinking of going fishing, dangling your rod, you're not allowed. Not allowed out while wearing the Darth Vader helmet of my son. Hello, James. Nice to have you on board. Is a black pearl okay? Oh, I'll have to go and check. I haven't actually been there. Yeah, so James has just tuned in. I'll just show you what James has done for us. That's for everyone. James has not even windsurfing. No, you're not even swimming. Not even swimming. James has made some stickers for us. Check out that. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think he'd be all right, Dom. He can walk on water. Love it, says Ollie. Yes, I don't know if everyone can see the comments as they come up. I think you can. Yeah, Joyrider TV. If you want to get your Joyrider TV stickers, just send me an email. Ha ha ha. Yeah, all right, should we crack on? I have to say now, it's going to be difficult for me to reply to all the comments while we're cracking on, because I'm not going to be able to read them while we're cracking on, or maybe I'll hang on for another minute before we crack on. I think the objective here wasn't really to crack on, was it? It was just for some light sailor chat. Got my Joyrider top on now. Yes. Fernando in South Africa. It's great to have the South Africans on board here, because I used to winter in South Africa, and it takes me back to those fond memories of great times, and drinking Zamalek for a sundowner on the lawn at Blue Peter in Bloberg. Yeah, very nice. Okay, so I'm gonna crack on, I think. Any tips on assembling a tornado? Anything you should watch for? Oh my goodness, that's a reasonably big question. Hey, Anne, another South African. Good to have you on board. Yeah, the tornado, I did make a video last year, but I'll be making another one this year when I put my boat together, my racing boat. I'm also going to put a video together of, I'm reconditioning all the carbon of the tornado at the moment, and I'm going to put a video together on that as well, which might be either interesting or just something to have on in the background, like a fish tank kind of thing. Ah, Stefan in Germany. Nice to have you there. Arturo in Guatemala. Can you believe this? We really are spreading our wings this afternoon. All right, is it time for me to get out the big hammer? I think it must be getting that way. Where? Aha. All right, just looking for the big hammer. Yeah, the big hammer. Yeah, so firstly, apologies for everybody who tuned in. No, not apologies, but if you tuned in for the little preview video 20 minutes ago, sorry if you were waiting. Hi, Ollie in Germany. Nice to have you on board. Big hammer. But it was just so that I could spread the word a little bit more on the channel by putting a preview video, which you can't do for a live one, apparently. Okay, so if you can hold fire on your comments for a bit, I'm gonna hammer, indeed. Yeah, so just to let you know now, if you do some live comments and I can't respond, they're only on the screen for a second. Sacramento, California, nice. I think that's where is that where the Doors came from? Big fan of the music. Yeah, so if I don't respond to your comment, then I'll look through them afterwards and I'll reply to anything of note afterwards. But while they're going on, they're only on the screen for like a second or something. So it's not that easy to swing the big hammer and respond to comments. So I think, right, I'm going to put you down. Oh, and if Chris and Benjamin are there, hello to Benjamin in Texas. Good to have you on board. Right. That's right. Getting ready for action. And I think this is important as well. Greetings from Milan. Nice to have you on board there, Christina. Stop hammer time. Yeah, there's a man who appreciates good music, for sure. How many? Right, just ready to go in. Okay, so first thing in this bit of, what do you call it, putting the boat together, is we need to make sure the beam pylons and the castings are clean before we put it together. Now, I've already done that to save a little job, and then I'll do that over here. Right, there's the beam, but I'm actually going to start off with the back beam. I think it would have been really smooth to have employed a cameraman for this occasion, but single-handed is the new double-handed, I heard, especially with these social restrictions. Best way to clean them is just get in there with a rag, maybe some acetone, but just to get rid of any old grease or any other dirt that has got stuck in there. We're looking at in there. Get that cleaned up, and now that it's clean, now that we know it's clean, this is where the finger of truth is going to come in. You got to see this. So finger of truth is there. We're putting the finger in the grease. We getting this? Yeah, you're getting this. And then just going to smear some grease. Am I allowed to say rim? Around the rim of there, just inside, so as it slips over the pylon, it gets nicely greased. This is absolutely essential for a Hobie 16, because if you don't grease inside here when you put it together, or if it's not clean, there is a chance that in the future when you come to try to take it apart, you cannot, because it's stuck. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work out which side I have just greased. In fact, I'm going to grease the other side now as well, because there's some technique here. Sorry, you've got the sun in your face. Apologies there. Hold on. We're going for a bit of live action, camera mounting. This is the joy of the live video. There is. Yeah. Maybe. No. It's almost like behind the scenes of what happens. What's that? Grand Haven, Michigan, Catamaran Racing Association, Michigan, USF. Oh yeah. That's a good point. There's James, who is to do with the American Formula 18 Racing Association. If you enjoy a bit of recreational Facebooking in your spare time. Oh, I think I'm back. Oh, I've lost almost everyone. But yeah, while I was off there with some sort of bad internet, I don't know what was going on, whether it was bad internet or something. But I think the internet has been a little bit slower than usual lately anyway. I'm just riding on the 4G Express thinking that should be okay, but clearly not quite as okay as I thought it would be. Yeah, so while that glitch was going on, I was just greasing up the other castings just to save a little bit of time now. I'm just going to check that we can see what we want to see here. just having a look. All right, bear with me a tick. So I couldn't do this when we were under the dirty glitch because I couldn't actually see. Can we see? Can we see it? Can we see that? I think we can see that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to offer up the back beam. I'm doing the back beam first because it's a lot lighter and a bit easier to manage. So I'm going to keep shouting. Hopefully you'll be able to hear me. Off we go. So I've got the back beam. First thing with the back beam is to work out which is the front and which is the back. The back has got the eye for the traveller rope. The front has got the track for the traveller. Could be something that could be overlooked or missed, so I think worth mentioning. And then I'm just going to slip it over one of the pylons there. And I've just loosely slipped that over. I'm now going to use the leverage from the beam to bring that upright. And then once that's upright, I'll get an idea if I've put the holes in a reasonably good position. What you could do, of course, if you've got a Hobie 16 Pacific launching trolley, is you could put the front of the boat on the launching trolley and that would get the width right. And then off you go. But anyway, I'll crack on. Hope you're all right there. Okay, so I think that was a pretty good guess. Bringing this up, bus, little shimmy here, and a push, and a shimmy, and a push, and a twist. Whoopa. Okay, not quite right, so I'm just going to bring the front of the hull out a bit, just to get it lined up a bit better. And I think we should be on. Here we go. All right, it's pretty much on. Now I could just give that a little nudge. There we go. And she is saddled. All right, welcome back if you've been away, or thanks for coming back. So, there we go. So we've got the back beam on loosely. The next thing is to insert the sidebars, which I have found here. So with the sidebars, what we've got is on the ones that we have here, the amount of rubber on the sidebar isn't the same on the top and the bottom. So on the bottom there is less, on the top there is more. So the side with more is the top. And then the sidebars have an opening for the trampoline. Traditionally these openings would go at the front, towards the front of the boat, but we've started putting ours on at the back because we find it's better for the trampoline and you get less pulling out of the track. And also we were finding with our trampolines, they were getting a bit of wear from the front beam corner castings in that position. So for that reason, we are effectively putting our sidebars on backwards. But then we've put the rubber on accordingly, so the rubber goes all the way to the back. Nice. So then I'm just going to slot these in here, slotted. No grease involved there because it's quite a shallow slotting, and it's a reasonably loose fit. It's the trampoline that pulls all the tension on the sidebars, so there's never any movement there, so there's no grease required. It's nice to make sure it's clean, of course, but if you did put grease there, soon enough that grease would have come out and it'd get over everything. So I would suggest not. Okay, so slotting the other one in. Don't know if you can see that, but you can guess what's going on, I think. And there we are. If, by the way, if you're new to Joyrider TV, do subscribe, because 2 reasons. One is that you won't miss anything else that's coming, especially if you hit that little ring the bell button. That means you get an annoying message every time I put a video up. But also, the other reason for subscribing is I'm just a whisker away from 10,000 subscribers. So if you subscribe, I'll be a whisker closer to that goal. Thank you. All right, so let's see if I can get the camera somewhere good for this next bit. Yeah, cameraman for the next one. Although if we're doing the trampoline next time, it'll be kind of more in one position. All right. Hope everyone's still there, still with me. All right, so gonna get the front beam. Already greased that bad boy up during the intermission. I'm just gonna kind of rest it on there. We can see that the boat isn't quite the right width at the moment. Of course, all of this is easier if you do it with a friend. Okay, so I'm just getting the boat the right width. There it is, lovely. And now, just gonna take that off, slot him in. He's reasonably happy. The good bit's coming soon where I'm gonna get the hammer out. You're gonna love it. Everyone loves a good hammering. There we go. So you'll notice that I put everything on before I started hammering. That's just a little bit easier to get everything on while it's loose, rather than it already being tight. So I'm just going to start off with this one. I'll bring you in for one of the next ones, but I'm just going to tell me if you fall down. There she blows. That's it. The first one is on. So we're coming off our little stand there, and there you can see. Can you? Somewhere there. You can see that the bolt is in. I've just slotted that through. So can we see? Oh no, we can't see on that one. Yeah. So what we're doing is when we're hammering, we're not hitting the soft pieces of aluminium, we're hitting the castings, because that's the strong bit. So we're hitting here or here, but not here or here. Does everyone got that? Don't hit the soft aluminium, hit the castings. That's better. Okay, so just going to do some more banging. Hope everyone's enjoying this as much as I am. But if you're enjoying it half as much as me, that means I'm enjoying it twice as much as you. All right. So, coin a phrase to coin a phrase. Oh, that's a good close-up. If the camera doesn't fall off through the excitement of the hammering. Just going to get the bolt. Okay, are we there? We're there. All right, so I'm going to hit on here because it's directly above the pylon, so it's going to be the most efficient place to hit it. And I'm just going to keep an eye on where the hole is. It's almost there already. Yeah, there it is. The older the boat is, the easier it is to go together, generally. I know some people with old boats will say, no, actually mine is an absolute rod to put together. But you can also, because if the boat's quite old, if it's been together quite a long time, not saying this boat is quite old, she's 2014, I believe. You can also see how much the casting has to go down because of a bit of colour fade where it's been before. So that helps. All right, we've just got 2 more to do. You're not going to believe it, but we've almost done it. This phase, oh my goodness, we've just lost a leg on the rather flexible tripod. All right, you can come with me to help me get me bolt. What else is exciting and new? Lots of exciting new things. Yeah, what I was saying before we were rudely cut off was head over when you're finished, or while you're watching or saying, head over to Facebook and follow the US F18 page there for all of your American Formula 18 sailing. Even if you've never been to America, even if you don't even know what a Formula 18 is, worth following the American Formula 18 Association, because that will let you know what's going on in the Formula 18 Association in America. And I think everybody needs to know, especially at a time like this. All right, got the bolt and, oh, a little bit of hand slotting there. All right, getting in for the close-up. There she is. She's ready, she knows what's coming. If you've put rather a lot of grease on and you can't see the hole and you're looking for it, then what you could do is find yourself a little stick like this and then use that to winkle the hole, so then you've got a better idea if your holes are matching up. But I would dare say, oh, I didn't even have to bang that. As has often been said in the Zeus bar Vasiliki. So this is slotting together very easily because of, yeah, let's say the pounding she's had in Vasiliki Bay in the cross shore has just loosened it up nicely, making it a bit easier. So we've just got one more to do. For those of you who are counting, you'll have spotted that. Right, so I'm just going to mount you there, if you don't mind. Hope that's not improper. As I just get the legs. There we go. Just getting the bolt. I'll get those nuts. Actually, no. All right, here we go. Do we feel lucky? Let's see where we are. Oh, we're pretty close already. There she is. I'm not going to lie to you, that is probably one of the easiest Hobie 16s I've ever built, which is quite convenient because sometimes you could be pounding away for ages and you don't feel like you're getting anywhere. Okay, so the nuts that go on those bolts should be plastic, and they should just be finger tight. They're not going to come off, but it is worth just checking them. If you're perhaps going sailing once a week, once a day, however often you're going sailing, maybe just while you're waiting for your crew to put his trapeze harness on, just tighten the nuts up, just check your nuts are tight, but they shouldn't loosen off because I think it's because they're plastic and the bolt is metal. Maybe that's why they don't come off. But you certainly don't want to be doing them up with any sort of spanner or socket set or anything. Except I'm probably going to do that up with a spanner or a socket set because that's a tight nut. All right, I'm just gonna put you somewhere. I hope you don't mind. Maybe just here. Are we happy there? Oh yeah, lovely. All right. So there we go. Sometimes if your bolt isn't going through very easily, you can use a spanner or a socket just to tap it through, just to wind it through, sorry, if it's necessary. But just, if you do try to crank these plastic nuts up with a spanner, you'll just strip the thread, break the nut, and be looking for another nut before you know it. All right, one more to go. You've all done ever so well in sticking with this. Oh. The rubber gloves of I don't want to get grease on my hands, all was very good and well until I took them off and then got my hands covered in grease during the nutting process. So there we are, phase one complete, and that is as far as we're going today. Phase one complete. So phase two will be putting on the trampoline, and then I think phase three is going to be putting the rudders on, and that is going to be the juicy bit. So yeah, we'll do some rudder tuning as we fit the rudders on. So there we go. For those of you who are wanting to know, yes, this is Hobie 16 number 2. Can we do that? Yes, please. Yeah, Hobie 16 number 2. I was gonna prepare Old Faithful number 3, but the front beam has gone away to be repaired at the moment. Let's talk about front beam repairs just quickly. This one hasn't been done, but you may have seen I did a video the other day live about Dolphin striker tension, and basically if your Dolphin striker isn't tight enough, somebody emailed me and said, or put a comment and said, if you ping it and it makes that noise, then it's tight enough. But if it makes a clunking noise, it's not tight enough. That is as scientific as we have got so far. But if the Dolphin striker isn't tight enough, then what can happen is the beam pushes down and you get cracks appearing here. And that's why number 3's front beam has gone away to be repaired, because it's developed cracks there. So it's just getting a plate welded on it, and then she'll be good to go again. So with the tightening of the Dolphin striker, easier to do with it off the boat, really, but you just get your spanner on the nut there and just wind it up a bit, and then get your tuner on it and see if that is an F sharp or maybe it's a G flat. But either way, coming round. Yes, so that is the Dolphin striker, and let's just see if I can find something that I'm looking for. With the Dolphin striker measurements, oh yeah, this will do. Will it? Oh yeah, that'll do nicely. What we're looking for, so if you do know what good Dolphin striker Hobie 16 measurements are, we need to know. And the way we'd want to measure them is, hold on, let's get in a good position to see this and do it at the same time. All right, we're there. Okay, so what we're going to do is take a stick. You could use a baton or a stick, something that's flat, and we're just going to put it between the ends of the front beam. Okay, this stick is oh yeah, it's just long enough. And then we'll measure the distance between the beam and the stick underneath the mast base, where the central strut of the Dolphin striker is, and that's the measurement that we're looking for. So yeah, the larger the number means we've got more tension, the mast step has been pushed up more. The smaller number means less tension and it's a bit lower. So if you've got some good measurements and you could share those with the class, that would be very nice. Otherwise, I think there we are. Thus concludes today's session. So Also, very exciting news. The sun has just gone behind the mountain. Just there. That's it. Very exciting news is this time tomorrow, you're not going to believe this. Maybe you will. But my wife happens to be a yoga teacher, and we've decided that what we're going to do is a 30-minute stretching class for catamaran sailors. What? Can you believe that? Yeah, we're going to do that tomorrow at 5:30. So same time that we went live today, we're going to do that tomorrow. And it's going to be stretching, especially for people who perhaps don't bend. Or, you know, if you can't touch your toes, if you really struggle to get out onto the trapeze, then a bit of stretching will help. And especially while we're on lockdown and we can't do much in terms of getting out there, doing a bit of stretching a few times a week will mean next time you go sailing, you'll feel brand new and you can get out on the trapeze much easier than you could before. Also, moving around the boat will be easier, and just life will become easier when you can touch your toes, especially when it comes to doing up your shoes. Touching your toes, very handy, unless you decide to bend your knee, which is quite a popular technique. So there we go. I think I'm going to sign off there. Thanks very much for tuning in. Sorry about the intermission in the middle. I don't know what was going on there with the technology, but the technology was obviously not compliant. So it'll be 5:30 tomorrow for some stretching for cat sailors, or just for people who don't bend, or monohull sailors as well, or people who don't sail, people who just want to do some stretching. My wife's a very good yoga teacher. She's not just any yoga teacher, she's good at it. So, and what we're going to do is she's going to do the instructions and I am going to be like the dummy who does the moves. Yeah, worth watching, I think. Other than that, thank you very much. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow for some stretching, or I will keep you informed when we're going to go live for the fitting of the trampoline. I can't wait already. But we've been going on for 38 minutes now, and I think for one sitting, that is enough. So thanks, and we'll see you soon. I'll see you soon, or you'll see me soon, and maybe I'll see you soon. Cheerio.